Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Mayhem. My name is Darren Jacobs, and we are here tonight with Jace, who comes out here, he says, to address what happened last week. Clearly he felt some injustice was done last week following his matchup with Thomas. Let's see what he has to say about what happened last week. I wanted to come out here and talk about last week. I returned to the WIW and I main evented the first show back. I beat Thomas in a huge match, but how am I rewarded? An 8-pack challenge for the European title. I'm sure it's a nice title, but my eyes are on the WIW Championship. You see, Rage I have no issue with. He destroyed the Dragon in his match and he did so very quickly, but my issue is with Jaden. How can you justify giving someone a world title for taking the easy way out and winning my count-out? Is that what you want from a champion? No, I doubt it very much. My victory may have taken a few minutes longer, but at least I won like a man. I pinned Thomas in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3. Therefore, I should be in the WIW title match and not stuck struggling for the second best option. I have proven myself in WIW before, and it's only fair that I should be back at the top. Oh, look at this. And it looks like Jaden has something to say about that one. He's coming out here to address what Jace has just said about him, saying he's unworthy of a title fight and that it should be him in his place. And I'm sure he's not the only one who feels that. Former WIW champion. Oh, look at that. Jaden not messing around tonight. Last week picking up a win in 2 minutes by the way of count out. And clearly that has not made him many friends in the company so far. But I'm sure Jaden doesn't mind that. He's got a world title fight. So let's hear what Jaden has to say about what's just been said. I'm going to tell you something that clearly no one told you last week. It was a beat the clock challenge. So don't come crying to people that you lost the challenge because I was smart enough to get the job done in the fastest way possible. You can call me unworthy, but your lack of intelligence is clearly the reason to blame here. You see, I know you're not calling me stupid, because then I would be putting you down right here. Because I'm telling you that it wasn't very smart to come down to the ring and insult me to my face. If you think that you are so much better than me, then I'd say it's about time you put up or shut up. Because I'm ready to prove to everyone who's really worthy of a title match right now. Oh no, it looks like things are about to break down inside the ring. Oh, hold on a minute. That's Albright's music, and now look at Aaron Albright making his way to the ring. Oh god, this is getting out of control really quickly. And now Aaron Albright has something to say to Jaden. Clearly, last week's result has not pleased many people. They all feel they deserve world title matches. And now Jaden, of course, is going to get one against Rage for the WIW Championship. And so Aaron Albright has now heard what's been said out here and clearly feels he has something to say about the proceedings that have been going on. Clearly the beat the clock challenge might not have been the best way to approach this for the superstars of the old brand. But let's see what Aaron Albright has to say about this whole situation. Whoa, hold up a minute. I couldn't help but overhear that Jace believes he has earned a world title shot. But what about me? I won by pinfall and I did it quicker than he did. So sorry to disappoint you, Jace, but it's the X Factor who deserves this one. So why don't you run along and I'll teach Jaden here what happens when you piss off the Albright. Oh, hello a minute. I'm sure that makes sense. It's the general manager. And it looks like he's coming down to cool down the situation here if at all possible. It's getting really heated inside the ring. And Aaron Albright wondering what he's doing out here. Clearly he's come to address the situation, trying to bring a level head to proceedings. Of course, he was the man who set the beat the clock challenge, and I'm sure he had a reason for doing it, but it has not gone down well with the others here tonight, and surely that is going to cause some issues here between everyone. So let's hear what the general manager has to say about everything. Jace, Albright, I understand where you two are coming from, but Jaden is right on this one. You were all warned before the matches began that it was a beat the clock challenge, and therefore I am not changing the title match, and it will still be Jaden versus Rage at Resurrection. However, tonight you can get yourself some payback, because tonight I'm putting you three and Rage in a fatal 4-way elimination match. And there we have it, a huge main event set for tonight, fatal 4-way. It's going to be one hell of a show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Monday Night Mayhem. My name is Darren Jacobs and I will be your commentator for this evening. The general manager already laying out the huge fatal 4-way main event for us, but now it looks like someone else is coming down to the ring with something to say. The fifth man who won his match in the qualifying Beat the Clock challenge. Too slow, it took the longest to pick up his victory against Harry Austin, and now he's coming out here and he has some stuff to say. Darmus, a very confident man. He decided not to get involved though with the world title talks. Maybe he's just eyeing the European Championship, which of course he will be part of the 8-pack challenge for that title. And clearly he seems confident that he can go on to capture the whole damn thing. And I wouldn't put it past him after that first performance. But Mr. Arrogant himself, the Greek god, out here now. So let's just see what he has to say, because you never know what could happen. I am Darmus, and I am the greatest golfer and wrestler in all of Greece. Last week, Darmus won his first match, which means Darmus is undefeated. However, because Darmus was too slow, he fights for the European title. But Darmus is not upset because Darmus knows that he will become the first ever champion of Europe. And so to prepare to become champion, and so tonight begins something very special. Tonight begins the first ever Greek style open challenge. So I am offering to anyone an amazing opportunity to lose to the greatest wrestler of all time. So now the question is, who's ready to face the Greek god? He's called out an open challenge. Who's going to answer? Oh dear. And that might not have been the answer that Darmus was looking for. Tyson Jackson answers the open challenge from Darmus, the Greek god. And I don't think he was expecting the dragon to come out and answer. Tyson Jackson last week in an amazing match against Rage, and of course Rage went on and will now be participating in the one-on-one match against Jaden for the WIW Championship. But I tell you what, this man is going to do some damage in the 8-pack challenge. Could he even walk out European champion? That could be a big title victory for him. We've seen him in the mid-card before. We've seen him win the title before. Question is though, can he assert his dominance this year? It's going to be a big matchup for Darmus. He might have just poked a fight with something that he wasn't signing up for. Oh, look at this though. Still coming across very confident here. Very confident is Darmus. Okay, he's just teleporting across the ring. And here we go. And look at this. Jackson going straight for the kill. Not wasting any time. Scoops him up. Oh, and just tosses him across the ring. Showing the clear strength advantage on the way out. Against Rage, he put up an amazing showing. But of course, his power and strength was outmatched by, of course, Rage, who is just a human monster. Oh, look at this. Oh, and bouncing off the middle rope there and straight back in. And Jackson off to a great start in this one, just destroying the Greek god. Greek god with a decent shot. Oh, look at this, clawing away at the face here. Oh, and Darmus manages to get out. Oh, look at this, he's just running. Darmus straight away running, look at this. He's pacing outside the ring. He's bitten off more than he can chew, and I think he's recognized that. The Dragon taking some time to taunt Darmus, try to capitalize, but Jackson not going to let him do it. Went for the big boot. Big counter by Darmus. Needs to do something now. Michinoku driver. And finally now can mount some offense. Darmus had an impressive showing last week against Harry Austin, the Flying Ninja. But like you say, picked up the slowest time in what would most people consider probably the easiest opponent. So tonight, Damus has a big task, proving himself. There's a big boot against one of the very best in the business today, and that is Tyson Jackson. These two men, as we will see, will be participating in the 8-pack challenge for the European title. And look at the big knee. And Tyson Jackson, if he can continue the dominance he's showing right now, you wouldn't write him off going on to win this, lifting him up. Look at this. He did this with Rage last week, showing all the strength in the world. The Dragon is truly unleashed here tonight. Big suplex. He's off to an incredible start here, and Damus struggling. Scoops him up, looking for a power slam, but well countered by Damus into an inverted DDT. And now needs to try and mount some offense here. He can't try and run away again. The Dragon in a bit of trouble here now. Looking Damus trying to keep him in check, trying to keep things in control if he can. And look at this, crashing into the turnbuckle. Oh, look at this, just a relentless attack on the turnbuckle. Jackson's struggling to get out of it. And look at this, maybe the tide turning all of a sudden here. Look at Damus not giving him a second. Gonna turn him over. Oh, look at this, Damus showing the strength, but a king of swing. Big slam down there from Damus, the Greek god, showing his strength here in a match where he hasn't got off to the best of starts, and the display of offense ends for a second. No, it doesn't. There's the reversal in an inverted Russian leg sweep. And Damus fighting back now, but Jackson not going to let him. Look at this, straight up on the shoulders. Oh, big counter again by Damus and a clothesline from behind. Damus all of a sudden tames the tide in this match. I think he was caught off guard initially, but now fighting back, and that's shots to the back. Oh, look at this, mocking the Dragon. That is not something that you should be aiming to do. Provoking him may not be the best idea. There's an insecurity. And look at this. Damus has turned the tide well and truly in this one. And Damus grabbing him. Where's he going to take him? He takes him to the ropes. What could Damus be thinking here? Irish whip, big counter. Oh, look at this. And even a beautiful rebound stunner from the Greek god. And now look at this. Looking for an elbow. Boom! Big elbow drop. And the tide has well and truly turned here. Oh, but look at this. The Dragon just shakes off the elbow like nothing even happened. Big punch sends him in the other direction. Oh, and a beautiful slam by Jackson. Taking time to taunt. Overall, you've got to say the control was with Jackson, but it has turned back in Damus's favor. But can Jackson turn the tide once more? What's he thinking? Spins him back around. Traps him in the corner, and trapped in that corner. And now look at this. Jackson turning the tide back in his favor. Stun gun. Big boot. Now looking for the leg drop. Beautiful combination from Tyson Jackson. And now Damus is in serious trouble as he's picked up. Big rear super kick to the back of the head. And now the taunts coming in from the Dragon. He senses he's back in control. And you've got to admit, this would be a big win for him as well. It's important to get his first win under his belt. Oh, look at this. Damus tried to catch him celebrating, was unable to do so. Now into a military press. Oh, big counter. And into a suplex there by Damus. Not backing down, Damus. And now look at this. Looking to end it with the greetings for Greece. Can he get it? Picks him up, looking for greetings from Greece. Connects! He connects on the Dragon. Tyson Jackson's in trouble here. Into the cover. Has Damus won the open challenge? Yes, he has! 2 wins on the trot for Damus. And the open challenge is complete with a victory. I didn't see that one coming. The Greek god proving to be quite the task. But look at this. You sense that Jackson was in control there and turning the tide with a super kick. But then the greetings from Greece adds another person to its... the greetings from Greece adds another person. I can't speak today. Adds another person to the hit list. And a big cover and a big victory for Damus. He is 2-0. And he celebrates, and deservedly so. He comes out here confidently making claims he'll take on anyone. And he does just that here today. A huge victory for the Greek god. Could we be looking at our new European champion? We'll find out very soon, but it's time to carry on down the rest of the card. Match number 2, and it is time for the first bit of tag team action on Monday Night Mayhem, and we kick things off with a returning fan favourite from the tag team division. Up they rise through the smoke. It is Brett and Max, aka the Cottrells. This year, of course, separated from their brother Travis, but of course these guys have shown in the past they don't need Travis. They kind of went downhill when Travis took over, to be fair. And now the Cottrells are here, ready to make their impact. Multiple-time tag team champions in the past. Brett and Max, two very contradicting styles of fighting, but together they blend perfectly into a brilliant tag team fighting machine. Tonight they're going to be taking on an interesting set of partners to face off. And you got to say that these guys are going to be hot favourites to go and take the tag team titles on the Monday Night Mayhem brand. We know how good they are, but it is a new year, a new time. Can the Cottrells make their mark straight away? That's what they need to do. That's the goal. They need to get a good start to the year. Who are their opponents, you may ask? Well, the first man down to the ring is the only one we actually know who's coming down to the ring, and that is Harry Austin. The GM called him into the office and said, listen, your singles record through all of your time in WIW is pathetic and it needs to improve immediately. So what he's done, he's given him a partner tonight. He doesn't know who it is, but he's given him a partner and said, try and see what you can do in the tag team division. But he's given him a hard task as well. He hasn't taken it easy on him. He's given him Brett and Max. The Cottrells are going to be testing out this new team. Are they a confirmed tag team? Probably not. He doesn't even know who his partner is. But we'll see how they do in tag team action. The tag team division is very light right now, so it's a good idea if you can find a good tag team partner early. Oh no. It isn't, is he? There's no way that this is the partner that he gave his brother. No way, as Blake Austin completely lost it. It's Def Lordicus. Def Lordicus is Harry's tag team partner for the night. Unbelievable scenes. Another man who, again, can't be written off, but didn't get off to a great start. Last week, lost in 2 minutes to Jaden. And, of course, the general manager didn't like that, so he said, why don't you go out there and see what you can do. Try and help his brother pick up some wins. I think the momentum will be good for both Def Lordicus and Harry if they can pick up the win. He's experimenting with these tag teams, and you know what? You can't blame him for it. The tag team divisions, due to the brand split, are going to be very light. And therefore, he's going to need to find something that works with certain people. But is Def Lordicus going to be able to team with Harry? I don't think ever we've seen Def Lordicus or Harry in a tag team match. Actually, no, we have seen Harry in a tag team match before, but even that didn't go very well for him. But can Def Lordicus prove to be a good match with the high-flying Harry? They seem like completely polar opposites, but we'll see what they do in the ring, and straight away we're going to have Harry versus Brett, the big man, versus the flying ninja, the enforcer. Look at this, straight away with the hammer fist, the super heavyweight, the strongest of the Cottrells, big Samoan drop, and he's off to a good start here. And clearly this is the obvious mismatch that Harry's going to have to deal with here. Brett and Max, we know how good they are, like we said, multiple-time tag team champions. But of course they are brand new tag team titles this year. And they're going to want to make a good impact straight off the bat. And look at this, Harry already looking to fly, but Max has decided to get... Oh, look at this, Harry just shrugged him off. It wasn't even there. Oh, and Harry decided against it in the end. Crucifix, didn't roll up into a cover though. Harry trying to get some early momentum, trying to use the speed advantage he'll have over Brett. But look at this, Brett saying you can shove your speed advantage, looking for the tag. He gets in Lordicus and rolls out of harm's way. And look at this, look at Lordicus. Straight in here, not wasting any time, with a couple of spinning forearms and a third one to complete the set. And now he's going to try and crawl to Brett, to Max on the side. But I don't think Brett was expecting this. Look at this. From the middle rope, looking for an elbow drop maybe. Oh, right across the face. And look at this. What a start to this match from Def Lordicus. And look at this, there's the elbow drop. Harry was wise to tag out when he did, and there's another elbow drop, bringing the elbows today. And Brett is in a world of trouble. I don't think he was expecting this onslaught of offense that we're seeing so far from Def Lordicus. Oh, hang on. could be potentially getting a tag here. And this is the beautiful tag team work of the Cottrells. They may have aggressive methods of getting things done, but they do, most of the time, get the job done. They are a very effective tag team. Their use of hot tags and teamwork moveset. Oh, look at this! Went for the springboard and miscalculated there. I don't know if Defloricus rolled out of the way. Harry finally back to the ropes. Harry took quite a beating there at the hands of Brett. I think he recognized the mismatch, which was why it was smart for him to make the tag. But the very aggressive Mad Max coming into the ring now, trying to make an impression there in a beautiful standing moonsault. And now he's carrying the tide here, turning the tide. And look at this, Lordicus with the reversal. Scoops him up. Big Samoan driver. And now might want to tag out and let these two cruiserweights fight it out. Tag is made. Max and Harry. These two have a history of fighting each other. Formerly, of course, in the cruiserweight division. Big knee by Max. But of course, Max is a very different style of fighter to Harry. Harry is not known to go to aggressive methods. Of course, as a martial artist, will favour self-defense rather than that. But of course, using his fighting style to his advantage here tonight. The two cruiserweights colliding. Tag made. Back in comes Lordicus. And now we're going to see a bit of tag team work between the two. Irish whip and big arm drag. Oh, and look at that, the kick. Nice little teamwork there from Def Lordicus. Oh, look at it, trying to make the tag, and he gets it. Back in comes Brett on another beautiful move there by Def Lordicus with the sling blade, trying to kill the momentum there off the hot tag. And look at this, Brett fighting back. They are fighting hard here tonight. And look at this, there's the shoulder tackle. Def Lordicus and Brett just trying to get one over on each other now. They took a little time away from each other in this fight. Look at this. There's another counter. And Def Lordicus now trying to keep the momentum in his favour if he can. Or went for a shot in the corner. Missed there, but maybe that's because he was thinking of something else. Is he looking for a... Oh! Big arm drag off the top rope. Brett is in serious trouble here. Max is still down on the outside. There he comes as I say that. Spins him around. Lordicus in complete control of Brett. Now what's he thinking? Just tosses him aside. Oh, he's going up. He's going top rope. What's he thinking? Oh, big leg drop from Def Lordicus. One of the most unique superstars, and he's showing so with his moves tonight as well. What an impressive display it's been from him so far, but Brett looking to turn the tide here in this match. Picks him up. Where's he taking him? Takes him to the ropes. What's he thinking? Oh, and a big toss to the outside. He tries to hold on. He does so. And now look at this. What's he thinking? Oh no, looking for that big apron DDT. And on the LED board, he has busted open Brett. Big damage done, and there's another elbow drop. Oh, and a kip up as well. A bit of show from Def Lordicus running this tag team right now. Of course, Harry had his moment there. He did okay against Max, but overall he's been struggling in this one. And it's been Def Lordicus carrying the load. Big elbow drop. Oh, hang on, he's not done. Oh, and a 300-pound Brett wearing down the head of Def Lordicus with the leg drop. Oh, look at this. Scoops him up. We're looking for that signature headbutt following the slam. And the blood dripping down his face, but he's refusing to give in. There's the headbutt. We know what comes next. Are they going to be able to get it done? Tag is made. And here comes the Cottrell signature move, ladies and gentlemen, on their return back to Monday Night Mayhem. Ball of Man. Beautiful tag team move, straight into the cover. One, oh, and it's only going to be a one. Harry is able to save the match, and look at this. Saving his partner here. Look at this. Oh, beautiful move here from Harry, using his size to his advantage. But look at that, Brett makes the save. And he has to roll out of harm's way. But look at this. What's Brett thinking now? Brett picks him up. Oh, and he's left him for Max. Oh, look at the strength here from Max up on the shoulders. And Def Lordicus trying to fight out. And he can. You could have sensed Max was struggling there from having to deal that much that much power just to carry him. And look at this. Tried to taunt. That wasn't the best time. Northern Lights. Oh, and was looking for a tag to his partner, but his partner is outside, of course. His partner is the reason this match has been kept alive there, saving him following the fall of man, which you can guarantee would have been it But it looks like Harry and Deflordicus are struggling. All of a sudden, the tide has turned after the incredible start that Deflordicus got off to. But now look at this, trying to fight back. Trying to produce something if he can. Big counter again by Max, and Harry's here. Could try and save his partner. Oh, hang on. Big suplex there. Went for the kip up, but too tired to even try it. Both men down. A grueling match this has been so far. They're both fighting for their lives in this one. Max is up first, and he's going to go straight into the cover. Harry's right there, though, and he's not going to let it end like that. Oh, look at this. Oh, Harry was trying to run away. Max tried to get the better of him, and still an inverted STO there. And Harry keeps the match going. Harry calling for the tag now with it down. And it is a tag. The tag is made. Harry's in, but look at this. Max straight away with a counter. Irish switch to the corner. Could that have been the trap? Deflordicus is rolling out. If they can hit the Fall of Man, this could be over. Oh, hang on a minute. He's not looking for a Fall of Man. Oh, he's looking for something much bigger than that. Harry's in trouble here to the outside. Superplex. And Harry has just been leveled by Max Cottrell. What an impact. And look at that. Not done with another leg drop. Oh, and Harry's up. Harry's still fighting. Not letting that be the end of it. Irish whip back into the ring. Big elbow. Deflordicus down on the outside, so Harry needs to try and carry this match if he can. Max is definitely tired, and that is very obvious, but he still has enough energy to keep fighting, and that big outside suplex dealing the damage. You can sense that Harry has been hurt throughout the course of this match, but the Cottrells, you have to say, have had the majority control in this one, but Harry could produce something here on the very tired Max. Oh, look at this. Going for a roll-up. This could be the moment. Big connection. Decides not to go for the cover, though. And I think Deflordicus has returned to his spot on the ropes. Now what's Harry thinking? Look at this. The strikes. And showing off his unique martial art ability. Yep, Deflordicus is back. And look at this. Big kick. And Harry is tired, but he's dealing damage right now, and that's what he needed to do. Oh, look at this. Harry. Looking for the submission here. He's got him in a leg lock. And decides to let it go. He had him in a good hold there. I thought he was going to try and maybe finish this one. Look at this. Max trying to fight back now. Harry seems to have his number at the second. And that continues to be the trend. Going straight back to working on the legs there. A single leg Boston Crab. And no response from Brett. He's not coming to help. This could be over because he's held that in for quite a while there. But Max able to get it sorted. Look at Brett bleeding on the outside. The blood running down his face. And look at the taunting now. Max Cottrell going to take the time to taunt. Might not have been the best time for it. And yet he managed to get away with it. And now look at this. The fast offense from the Cruiserweights coming in here on display. Look at this. Rolls him up. Oh, and a big kick to the face. And now he's got him in the corner. What can he do here? Look at this, Max striking him. Look at this. A relentless amount of strikes to the face of Harry. Oh, and a drop kick. And this has been one hell of a tag team contest. Both teams are really impressing me. Look at this, Harry refusing to give in here. And look at this, he's going top rope, looking to end it. Harry looking for the Phoenix Splash. Oh, no. And Brett stops him. Brett stops him in his tracks and takes him down. And now crawling to the corner, looking to get Brett back in. But Brett, can Max make the tag? Or is Harry going to get back up? Hang on. Max turning back around, deciding maybe against the tag. And these two fighting on, but look at this. Irish whip to the corner. He could be in trouble here. Are they looking for it again? Looking for a second Fall of Man? Can they connect? Yes, they can. Fall of Man for the second time. Straight into the cover. And the Cottrells are going to pick this one up. Oh, wait, no. Deflordicus with a big kick out. With a big breakup, sorry. And look at this. Oh, Max dealing damage to Deflordicus there, who now rolls out the ring. He kept the match going. But now Harry is left alone in the ring with Brett. This clear power advantage as we saw earlier. Oh, went for that power bomb. Potentially looking for that headbutt combination, but Harry with the counter. Harry is left to his own devices here. And it is 2-on-1 for the moment. Deflordic is still down on the outside. And look at this. Wasting away on the already busted open head of Brett Cottrell. And now what's Harry thinking? Look at this. Once again, going back to these strikes. A beautiful combination of moves. There's one kick. And another. Looking for the third one. And there it is. Clean combinations from Harry, showing his striking prowess. Was trying to crawl and make the tag there. Doesn't do it. Now Brett's got him in a good position. Oh, look at this. Oh, I thought he was going maybe for a camel clutch. Decided against it. And now Brett's going to send him back into the corner. Or might have been looking for another fall of man. Harry powers out. Now Harry needs to take advantage. Shot to the leg. That's phased him. Oh, look at this. Just trying to take the big man down at this point. And here we go. Using that cruiserweight offense. Look at that. Beautiful move. Deflordic finally back. But Harry looks like he's ready to finish this one now. Harry, what's he thinking? Oh, could we see it? Harry bringing out the 619. Harry with a 619. Big frog splash to follow. Can he cover? Can he cover? Can Harry pick up the victory? 1, 2. He's done it. Deflordic and Harry pick up the win. Oh, look at Deflordic. That's a beautiful show. Harry and Deflordic pick up the victory over the Cottrells. It was a hard-fought victory. You got to say that the Cottrells had majority control. Look at that outside suplex. But in the end, Harry proved too much for them. And despite the fact that Deflordic led most of the offense, Harry fought back. But what a huge pinfall victory that is for them. And look at that, the 619 and a splash to follow. That did the deed. What a huge winner. Look at this. A nice little sign of life here maybe for these two. Could we be looking at a potential tag team that could contend for the tag team titles? This could be an interesting combination to say the very least. It's definitely a unique combination, but anything's unique when you chuck Deflordic in, and the Flying Ninja approves of tonight's fight. A big pinfall victory for these two. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Match number 3 tonight, and we have a massive contest on display here on Monday Night Mayhem. The former world champion from last year, Thomas, comes his way down to the ring. He left last week in a pool of blood that was showing sportsmanship to his fellow competitor. He had a grueling match against Jace and was unable to pick up the victory. Of course, Jace did not pin him in time, as expected, to be honest. The times were really low, and of course, Thomas was a former world champion, one of the longest world champions ever. But of course, that's in the past now. He needs to move forward. Tonight, we've given him an opponent to help prepare himself for the upcoming pay-per-view. Of course, he will be part of the 8-pack challenge for the European Championship. And you got to admit, he could be a strong contender for that championship. He knows what it takes to win, and he knows what it takes to beat the best. Last week may have not been his best display, but that's certainly not going to deter him from trying to put on a show here tonight. He has been partnered up with someone who we believe could be of equal kind of style of wrestling, very powerhouse based. We know Thomas having the capability to finish a match with a single blow. We've seen it in the past, and he could easily do it again. He packs a punch. And now Thomas, here once again, looking to make a mark on the WIW. Change hasn't gone so kindly for him yet, but it is only a matter of 2 weeks. The tides can turn in an instant in WIW, as you've all seen in the past. And he's up against, as I say, a very difficult opponent here on Monday Night Mayhem. He's up against Black Jesus, who also didn't get off to the best of starts last week, losing to Aaron Albright. But of course, Aaron Albright put on quite a big fight, and now he's main eventing tonight's show in the big Fatal 4-Way elimination match. Black Jesus is going to need to bounce back for him, which is why he's agreed to do this match against the former world champion. He wants to prove his power and his prowess is what I meant to say, and I ended up combining the two. Another former champion a very dominant champion, of course, until he picked up an injury and lost the rematch against SaLgames. And on the back it says, pray for mercy, fully embracing the Jesus power this year. Can he start chaining some wins together to help push himself forward in the WIW rankings? Of course, he'll also be a part of the European Championship. He knows what it takes to be a mid-card champion. Can he do that again? I think you guys are going to love the European title design, by the way. It's absolutely beautiful. You'll see it at the pay-per-view. It's a beautiful title, if I do say so myself. Bell rings, and we are on the way. And straight away into a collar and elbow tie-up. And Thomas trying to get some leverage there. Nope. Black Jesus turns it around. Oh, look at it wrenching away on the stomach there. Just trying to keep the control. And look at this. They're really, really going for it here. Oh, and look at this. There we go. There's the suplex we were waiting for. And now looking to advance further. No, breaking out of it is Thomas. Can he do something now? He's in the behind position. And this is a clinic here. These two just trying to get an edge over one another. And this is the kind of wrestling you like to see. A feeling out process between the two. Just trying to get some early leverage. And now trying to bring out the strength on display here. Massive suplex. And we know how strong these two are. Very power-based individuals. I reckon these two could make a good tag team later down the line. Oh, and there's the double knees. The spinning power bomb from Black Jesus. One of the most dangerous moves in the business. And, of course, the knockout punch of Thomas. The ability to end a match in a single punch. That is a hell of a skill to have in a sport like this. And there he is powering out of that there. These two really having a feeling out process in this match. Just trying to get one over on the other. But looks like right now, Black Jesus in some control. Oh, as I say that, Thomas not going to let that happen. Look at this, the kicks to the face. Taking more of a striking approach this year. You saw a lot of kicks and punches in the first match from Thomas. And I guess when you have the power of the punch like he does, it's definitely a good tactic. And there's another detonation kick. And of course, Thomas last week faced against Jace in the main event. Black Jesus faced Aaron Albright in the match prior. Neither of them picked up the victory, but their opponent did not pick up times fast enough to beat Jaden or Rage, who of course will face for the WIW Championship at the first pay-per-view. And now picking up is Black Jesus. There's the neck snap and a kick to the back. Jesus in a bit of control here, I sense. I feel the tide is going his way. And now from the top rope, looking to fly, and big connection there on the headbutt. Very unusual to see these guys going top rope. First cover in the match goes in Black Jesus, and he's only going to get a 1 count there from the referee, who looks an awful lot like Peter Capaldi, to be honest. And a big counter there by Thomas. Now he's going to strike to the back. Is this just going to be a blow-for-blow fight? And doesn't look like it. Big reversible there and a big shoulder tackle. Using the strength there. Thomas rolling out of harm's way for the second. And now what's Jesus thinking there? And Ty sends him to the outside. The Monday Night Mayhem arena out in full display here on the outside. We already seen a count-out victory out here. Jaden managed to get himself a world title fight by winning on count-out, which of course did not go down well with the other winners from the tournament. That is why we have the huge fatal 4-way tonight. You see that right on the corner there in the barricade. I just see that from Black Jesus. Oh, that was a big slap there. And now it's got him in a carry position. Oh, and look at this, right on the edge of the barricade, and using the environment well. Referee's at a count of 7, I believe that was, or 6. Now he's at a count of 7. They're going to want to get back inside here. Yep. Jesus straight away back inside the ring. Does not want to end this on count out. They both want to get that pinfall victory under their belts. Not many people will take the win by count out, but of course Jaden came out earlier and said he doesn't care how they comes. He'll take the title however he feels appropriate. And another bit of strength there from another suplex. Suplex is out in full force, as they always tend to be in WIW. Oh, look at that, over the shoulder, tossing there. The power on display once again from Thomas. Went for the strike, big counter, and another strike, and this time it's countered by Thomas. Trading blows. Oh, hang on a minute. The electric chair, can he connect? To the back of the head. The electric chair from Thomas. And all of a sudden, he might be ready to put this one away. He's deciding against it though, looking to deal more damage. He knows it's going to take a bit more. He has been on the back pedal for most of this match. I think Jesus knows that, which is why he's going to take the time and say he's in control of this one. He ain't letting him get the better of him. And it's a new look for Jesus this year. For Thomas, similar style. Oh, hold on a minute. Trying to catch him on the roll-up here if he can. He caught him taunting here, and he might pay the price for it. Oh, look at this. Reversed into a roll-up on its own. And he pops it out at a count of 2. And Black Jesus and Thomas giving us a clinic here in wrestling. Proper great match, this one. Look at this. Big clothesline to the outside by Black Jesus. And hold on, he's not done here. We saw this last week. Look at the fly. Oh, and his big counter. A big counter by Thomas. And now Thomas is just going to wait for him to get back inside. Look at this, calling him back inside. Thomas open to the challenge here. This has been a great match. This really has been a truly great spectacle to behold. And Jesus now is going to run back in the ring. But that must have hurt there, that big miss. Oh, look at this. Picking him up. Powerbomb. Oh, and we know where this combination goes, but that could be enough on its own. No, it's only a 2, and straight into the Boston Crab. One of the most lethal moves in the business. Black Jesus is in trouble here. Can he power out of it? Not many people do. And look at this. Oh, he does. He gets out of it. What a fantastic match this has been. All kinds of spectacles coming out here tonight. Up on the shoulders, fireman's carry. Jesus is in a lot of trouble all of a sudden there in the stun gun off the ropes. And now look at this. Thomas going top rope. Can he be looking to fly here? He does. Oh, beautiful move there. And Thomas now in complete control. And as soon as I say that, as usual, the fight back begins. And now look at this, into a carry position. Oh, and just tosses him across the ring. A beautiful move and into the cover, trying to pick up the victory if he can here on Thomas. And it's a 2 count. And this has been a great match. Back and forth action. These two just trying to get one over on each other. You feel they're both just one big move away from pulling it off. And this could be the one, looking once again for the electric chair. Knockout forearm. Forearm, apparently. Forearm. And that could be enough. He drags him to the middle of the ring. And the cover here on Black Jesus. It could be enough. 2. No, it's only a 2. And Thomas can't believe that he kicks out of that one. Hasn't gone for that big knockout punch yet. Keeps going to the electric chair with the forearm. And now, look at Jesus there with the big knee. And rolls out of harm's way there. And Jesus refusing to give in, showing that resiliency that he has. And look at this. Once again, looking for a suplex. Thomas able to get out of it. Gets back in the ring. He wants nothing to do with the outside. And look at this. Big Irish whip. They both came back in one after the other. Look at that big splash in the corner. Oh, and Jesus. Feeling confident now. Ty feeling himself. He's hurt though. Look at that. Feeling the head. The damage has been done for the head. But that is always the target for Thomas. Targets the head there and a big lariat to get out of that situation. Now stomping on the arm. And remember, this is only match number 3 on the card. We've got another tag team match to come. And then we have the huge Fatal 4-Way elimination match, which is going to be one hell of a contest. Oh, look at this, Jesus. Oh, look at this, showing his strength there with a deadlift suplex. And now what's he going to do? He needs to do something big here. Up on the shoulders, looking for white noise, and connects. Stomps on him. Just trying to wear him down, that big white noise. It's turning the tide back in his favor. He had early control, but he definitely has lost it. And Thomas refusing to let Jesus get back in control. Grabs him. Oh, look at this, looking for a red arrow. Oh, and they only got halfway, and Jesus finds a way to counter it. A huge uppercut, the strength of that punch. And Thomas stunned from the big punch there. And now what's he thinking? Picking him all the way up here. Grabbing him by the neck. Or just slamming him down with a double-handed choke slam. And the crowd are loving this one, and so am I. Jesus might have been going for something big there, but a big counter by Thomas. What's Thomas thinking? He's going to pick him up. No, a big counter again, and there's a neck breaker. Both of these guys still, even now, can't get the edge over the other. They are battling like warriors here tonight, and now just trying to wear him down with those big elbows to the shoulder blades. Scoops him up again, might be looking to do the same thing. Just takes a minute there to look at the crowd. And these two proving to be a great matchup for one another. Thomas, there's the kick to the knee. Might have caught him off guard. There's another strike. Showing off his striking ability. Went for the suplex. Well countered in a snap suplex of his own. This has been a great contest. I am actually thoroughly enjoying this one. This has been one hell of a contest. It's so good to be back on WIW. It really is. Can Jesus now, once again looking for a deadlift suplex. And of course, not the lightest individual in the world, Thomas. That much can be said. And Thomas picking him off there, but then once again another counter by Black Jesus. Neither of these two can get the upper hand. And there's a leg drag. Refusing to give him any space to breathe. There's a cover. It could be enough. The damage has definitely been done, but it's only a 2 count still on Jesus. Not enough to get the 3 count. But now looking again to silence the crowd. Looking for that electric chair. Forearm to the back of the head. Big connection, and you gotta think that's it. But look at this. He's not taking any chances. Saving it to the end. The knockout punch. Good night, Black Jesus. It was a big fight that he put up tonight. That was one hell of a contest. But you better believe this one's over. With the knockout punch, Thomas picks up the victory. That massive impact, knocking out most of his opponents. He saved it for as long as he could. He didn't want to have to use it. But when it called upon, he used it well. The electric chair forearm was not doing the job. Even this massive power bomb into the Boston Crab could not get the job done. And in the end, it relied on the knockout punch. And Thomas picks up a huge victory here tonight on Black Jesus. Finally picking up a win. He didn't want to leave it too late before doing that. And what a fantastic match that was. I can't wait to see these two get in the ring again. Like I said, these two would actually make a really nice tag team combination the way they worked each other. And a big cheer from the crowd, deservedly so. That was a hard fought victory. I think he did a lot better this time round though than he did against Jace. Could this be signs of his return to glory? Of course, he'll be in the 8-pack challenge for the European title. Can he pick up that mid-card title and work his way back up the rankings? We move on down the rest of the card. Match number 4, and it is time for some more tag team action. And as you can recognize from the familiar voice of Big E, it is the return of the former tag team champions, up, down, down, and they're going to be looking straight away to be getting their hands on some tag team glory. If they can get the titles back straight away, then that is certainly what they're going to be out here to do. Here they come, El Murpho and Xavier Woods making their return here. The up, down, down team are here in full force tonight. And look at this, putting on a show for the crowd. These two, they had a very slow start in 2K17. They were not the most impressive team going. But that all changed when they won the tag team titles. And we all know when Woods gets his hands on titles, or Austin Creed gets his hands on titles, we know that's a devastating thing for everyone else involved. We're going to be putting a new attire on him soon. Don't you worry about that. But for now, it's just good to have these guys back in what's going to be a difficult tag division now. Looks like Def Lordicus and Harry are an interesting team that could potentially go somewhere. We also have the Cottrells, of course, despite their loss today. And tonight, they're facing a brand new tag team never seen before by anyone in WIW. And they come down to the ring. Another thing that needs to be fixed. I keep forgetting to do these bloody loading screens, but it's hard to do it for everyone. But here they come down to the ring, led by their coach. That's right, you heard me, their coach, Coach Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the newest tag team to WIW. They are Patrick Green and Kazarian Xander. They are the quarterbacks. They are a pair of undrafted NFL players, or at least they wanted to be NFL players, both undrafted, hit the free agency, and no one wanted to sign them up. And then Coach Wilson approached them one day and trained them in the art of wrestling. He said that these two have the potential to go on and be the most dominant force in all of wrestling, and that is why they have come to WIW to show what they're capable of. Two massive dudes. I don't know why they decided to call themselves the quarterbacks. Neither of them were actual quarterbacks, as you can tell by their massive size. Two huge monsters, and Coach Wilson walks them down to the ring here. Look at this, Creed catching up with him there. It looks like they were having a nice little conversation. Maybe I mistranslated that. Maybe he was saying any funny business, and I will make sure you feel the pain. But here come the quarterbacks. Patrick Green and Kazarian Xander. Names on the back so you do not get confused. But two massive dudes here, ready to kick off here. We're kicking off with El Murpho and Patrick Green. And apparently they're going full out jersey, a proper helmet as well, which can be an advantage. That's going to protect the head punches. However, it could also be a disadvantage, because if you think about the impact on those helmets, and they could easily be used to be dragged, because unlike in the NFL, you're not going to give away penalties for pulling down on the face mask. And look at this straight away on the offense. Look at the size difference between El Murpho and these monsters. Both, they're coming in at 6'8" and 6'10", if I remember correctly. Look at that DDT. Straight on the offense here is El Murpho, not wasting any time to try and get control in this matchup. Tag made, straight in comes Creed. And look at this. Boom! Big kick to the head, and that's going to be ringing in his helmet. And look at this, Patrick Green in a lot of trouble already. And Coach Wilson getting his first look at them in proper action. And there's a big counter by Green. These two are a massive tag team. Look at that, the power on display. And you got to believe that if these guys can work well together, they're going to be a real threat. Because the size of these men, they have the natural power and strength advantage. Oh, look at this, what are they thinking here? From the middle rope. Oh, a drop kick into a suplex. Beautiful combination there. And in comes Kazarian Xander for the first time. Up on the shoulders. Oh, look at this, an aeroplane spin here. Just showing the lightweight there. Two cruiserweights, of course, in Murpho and in Creed. Although Creed would very much question whether or not he would class as a cruiserweight. They both show a lot of heavyweight traits in the way they wrestle. And of course, former tag team champions, the longest reigning tag team champions, despite only having the one run. And of course now they're going to have to try and earn them back. We don't know who will be battling for the tag team titles as of yet, but you've got to imagine these guys are going to be hot favourites to go there and win a win tonight. You have a feeling that we could be seeing them already in that world title picture. Back in comes world title picture, tag team title picture. Straight in comes El Murpho, and look at this. Might be looking for a springboard here. He jumps. Oh, big connection there with the forearm. And Kazarian in a bit of trouble there. Xander's in trouble. Looking for a single leg Boston Crab. Maybe no, just wrenching down on the leg. Trying to deal the damage, get them off their feet. That is definitely the task you've got to do with two massive guys like this. Wilson just kind of watching still. Whistle around his his neck. And look at this. Xander tactically gets out of the ring, rolls back inside, trying to get some advantage there. Couldn't do it. Big counter there by Xander. Picks him up. No, unable to do so. And look at that. Picking up the massive 6 foot. Oh, hold on a minute. Looks like Coach Wilson's getting himself involved here. And now Xander can try and capitalize on the space he's been given now thanks to Coach Wilson. And a headbutt there using the helmet to full force. Tag in comes Patrick Green once again. Looking to crawl for the tag, and he gets it. In comes Woods. And Green shocked, and look at that. Tried to take him down with the clothesline. Couldn't do it. Gets him in the corner. And Green doesn't go down. That must have been a shock to the system there for Woods. trying to take that man down. Irish whip. Oh, what a huge clothesline there. And these American footballers couldn't make it in the NFL. Can they make it in WIW? Look at this once again. A clothesline only taking him down to a knee. He can't get him off the floor. And look at that big scoop up power slam. Might be looking to back tag in Xander again. In comes Kazarian Xander once again. Brilliant name. Really is. Such a such a cool name. Oh my god, did you see his leg there? Oh my god, it looks like he twisted it around his body like 3 times. Jesus Christ, that's disgusting. Woods fights on though. Surprisingly no breaks in the leg. Oh, what a big shoulder tackle. They're definitely showing their football instincts there with the clotheslines and the shoulder tackles. Hold on a minute. Another distraction. Oh, and a big slam down by Xander. Clearly, Coach Wilson is not afraid to do what's necessary to get the win. The coach, I believe a former NFL coach, fired from his team, clearly for his cheating tactics. That must have been the reason. Look at this. Picks him up. And a huge drop down there. That must have been for Creed. And in a lot of trouble here all of a sudden. The quarterbacks with a huge tidal wave of momentum. But Woods still refusing to let them do any tag team moves. And that is definitely a good call to make. If you can avoid it, try your best to not get double teamed. That is the worst thing you can do. And all of a sudden, Woods looking like he's ready to finish the last one. The Unicorn Stampede returns for WIW and El Murpho. And Austin Creed taking full advantage of the fact, look at this. Big strikes to the chest. I can assure you, although they look like they have padding on, they do not. That is definitely against the rules. And look at that. The Unicorn Stampede in full effect, trying to crawl away. But Murpho is ready to make the cover. And Woods ready to stop any intrusions. 1. And it's only a 1. Really? Only a 1 count. Hold on a minute. The STR, the flatliner. Beautiful move there by El Murpho. Oh, hold on a minute. Coach Wilson's bringing a chair in, and the referee's telling him to knock that off. And look at that. Woods taking the chair with him. He's not having that happen. He doesn't want to risk disqualification. He senses up, down, down. Turn the tide in this match. Now, Kazarian needs to try and get some momentum back. He seems to be struggling when he gets in the ring. Went for a huge splash. Imagine the impact if that would have connected. Oh, hold on a minute. Big belly to belly. Not looking good right now for the quarterbacks. Xander might want to tag out and bring back in Patrick Green, if possible. Into the corner, crashing him into the corner again. And Xander seems a little hesitant to strike at this current moment. What's he thinking now? Oh, up to the top rope. No. We could be looking at another outside suplex. Superplex. Look at this. Kazarian Xander gets him up. Oh, and massive impact. And you even see El Murpho take a bounce there. He literally bounced off the ground. And taking the hit there. And look at that. Ricocheting off the helmet. Oh, look at this. Looking for a roll up again. Connects. Oh, and how is the hell has he managed that? Woods was struggling to get them off their feet. And Murpho taking the fight right to Xander. No problem. Count of 4 on the outside. Oh, look at this. In the drop kick. Still, Woods can't take either of them down. Here we go. Russian leg sweep. Takes him down. Count of 7. Wait, what's he doing here? Is he going to chuck him back in the ring? He does. But now he needs to get his partner back in the ring. He needs to get his partner back in the ring. Xander's going to try and make the tag. He does. But he might not even need it. The quarterbacks. What was Woods doing? What a weird decision there. Count of 9. This match is going to be over. No, Green. Green saves the match. He decides instead they're going to carry this on. And now Woods trying to redeem himself there. Nearly costing his teammate the match. Maybe he thought that he could have got back inside by himself. Clearly needed an advantage there to get back in. He's lucky that Patrick Green was willing to keep this match going. And clearly the quarterbacks ain't settling for count-out victories. They're looking to destroy whoever gets in their way. Oh, Coach Wilson coming around here, caring to Patrick Green. Count of 6. And Murpho needs to try and get this back in the ring. Xander's still down on the outside, as we can see. There we go. Finally back in the ring. Both men in they come. Creed is hurt. Looks like Murpho's going to be carrying on for the moment. And that could be the opening he needs, maybe for the flatliner, once again unable to connect. And now Patrick Green dragging it to his corner. Didn't see his partner was still down, maybe. I think he was looking for potentially a tag team move there. Unable to connect with anything. Couldn't connect with that strike. And now Green, look at that! Crushing spear. And down goes Murpho. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, the quarterbacks pick up a huge victory against the former world champions. And look at that, what a win. They celebrate in style. Oh, look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and not showing any sportsmanship here. And look at that, chucks Murph out of the ring, and now they're going to just stomp down on Creed. Look at this vicious assault here to Austin Creed, and the quarterbacks are not messing around. Toss out of the ring. A big, big statement made here from the quarterbacks. Kazari and Xander and Patrick Green, along with Coach Wilson, make a huge impact. What a way to make a statement in your first night here in WIW. Let's move on to our big main event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. A fatal four-way, Falls Count Anywhere elimination match. Just exactly what you'd expect on a show like Monday Night Mayhem. This all started from the opening of the show as Jace came down and said he deserved the World Championship fight after pinning his opponent and Jaden only getting it by winning on countout. And Jaden comes out and rightfully so says, I won fair and square, I won the match, it's not my fault that I beat my opponent in a quicker way than you did. And then that sparked Aaron Albright to also come down to the ring and go, well, if he deserves a chance, then I definitely deserve one. I also beat my opponent, and I did it quicker than him. And then that led to, of course, the argument between them, and then the general manager came out and laid down the law that it will be only Rage and only Jaden who will be getting that first world title opportunity at the pay-per-view. But tonight, they all get a little chance at a slight bit of revenge if possible. Aaron Albright, Jace, Rage, and Jaden will all be facing off tonight's main event in a huge fatal four-way elimination match to end what has been a brilliant show. We've had some great contests here tonight, and this is going to be no exception. Absolutely not. It's going to be a huge match, elimination style. Last up the victory, and it is Jace up next. He's the man who started it all and rightfully claims that he deserves a chance. It's not like he lost his match. He won, and he won in the main event against, of course, Thomas. He deserved a big, big round of applause for it, but unfortunately that's all the general manager was willing to offer him, unable to get himself a title opportunity. But tonight he can get some revenge on Jaden and maybe prove that he is worthy of a world title fight. Of course, the general manager has made it abundantly clear that there will be no world title fight for Albright or Jace if they pick up the victory, but it will go a long way in pushing them up the ranks. That is definitely going to be the case. None of them had a problem with Rage, which is, I guess, why Rage didn't feel the need to come out and address the situation today. Rage picked up a clean, big victory over a big adversary like Tyson Jackson, and I guess that's why no one was embarrassed to say that they lost, that they lost out on a world title fight to Rage. And of course, I see how everyone was being nice to him. Of course, it's very clever to not try and poke the bear. Someone like Rage is someone you do not want to get on the bad side of. And speaking of Rage making his way down to the ring, here he comes. The 7-foot masked monster. We know the full extent of his capabilities. We know that he has the strength to take down multiple men at the same time, and tonight he's going to need to do just that. Tonight, this is going to be a big match for him. For the first time, him and Jaden are going to step in the ring together. So now he's going to get a taste of what he can expect when they go one-on-one for the WIW Championship at the very first pay-per-view, which is going to be a jam-packed pay-per-view. 6 World Championships will all be on the line, and 6 new champions will all be crowned. Can this man be one of them? You gotta believe he must be up there. He's a tough competitor, hard to take down, hard to keep down, and that is definitely what Tyson Jackson learned last week, as he was picked off in a time of 4.5 minutes and lost by the way of pinfall. No escaping tonight for Jaden by any way of count out or disqualification. This is false count anywhere, no disqualification. Last man standing at the end of the night wins. This is going to be one hell of a contest here in tonight's main event of Monday Night Mayhem. And finally, let's get the man who has caused all this controversy. It is, of course, Jaden. Jaden, as he rightfully said, earned his title fight. The objective was to beat his opponent in the quickest time, and there is no denying that is exactly what Jaden did. He did exactly what he was told to do. He did. That was to get the win and get it fast, and that awarded him a 2-minute victory by countout over Def Lordicus, and that is why he is going to be in the world title fight against Rage. And look at this, those two staring off with each other for a minute, but it looks like he's not willing to make eye contact for too long. These two are going to be having a chance, as I mentioned, a chance to feel out each other, get an idea of what to expect. The raw power of Jace, plus he's going to be up against clearly the very good tactician wrestler that is Jaden. We saw those tactics being deployed last week. Does he have something prepared for Rage? That will be the question. Who can say that they ever really have something prepared for Rage? But Jaden makes his way down to the ring in what is scheduled to be a huge main event for this evening. The crowd are ready. The fighters are ready. This is a big matchup for these four. And who can walk out the winner here and carry the momentum? The bell rings and off we go. And look at this. Oh, a huge clothesline to start us off. And a snap suplex by Jaden. And interestingly enough, the partnerships here. Aaron Albright gonna lock horns with Rage. Something that I never thought that Aaron Albright would do. Maybe Albright isn't being as much of a tactical fighter this year, looking this year just to prove his point, make his mark, and that is why he was bold enough to come out tonight and stake his claim to the World Championship. Unfortunately for him, though, it's not going to be to avail. Remember, last week, all 4 of these men picked up victory, along with Damas, and Damas is the only man who decided not to come out here, but he seems to be content with the European title fight. I guess he's just so confident that he's going to walk out with it, and I guess that's maybe why Jace and Aaron Albright felt the need. Oh, look at that! They crashing him into the ringside there. Rage showing the clear power and strength, but look at that knee. Showing the speed there from Aaron Albright, being smart there. And like I say, yeah, Jace and Aaron Albright clearly must have thought, well, that I have a 1 in 8 chance of actually walking out the winner in this match. They wisely decided that the best call of action is to try and get the title fight that they feel they deserve. Big slam down again, this time by Rage. On the outside, Rage really causing the damage to Aaron Albright, and he knows he can't just run away, he can't escape. He has to try and pick up victories like this if he wants a world title fight, and that is why he's bringing it to them. Oh, but look at this! A big double clothesline. And takes them both down. And look at this, Jaden exchanging strikes before a backbreaker. And now Jason Rage! That would be a great match. Trying to exchange shot, and look at this. Jace taking down everyone in his path now. And the referee, Peter Capaldi, trying to stay as far away as possible. Look at that strike to the back. You can just see in the power and size of Rage what he can do. And look at that. Oh, I thought we were about to see Jaden and Rage go at it for the first time. But once again, Aaron Albright and Jace separate the two. Oh, look at this. Big counter and a backbreaker there from Jace. Seeing the power from him. Two very different sets of fighters Tactical fighting, of course, from Jaden and definitely from Aaron Albright, or at least it's been in the past. Huge discus clothesline. And the raw power of Rage and the overall, I've got to say, overall balance from Jace. But Jace, of course, a huge display of power as he's demonstrating over there against Rage. Look at this, backbreaker. And with a Russian leg sweep to follow, beautiful sequence of moves there by Jace, targeting the back region, trying to keep him on his toes. Oh, look at this, DDT right on the corner, right on the corner of the steel steps. Oh, and that's done some damage. Big DDT. And now look at this, double underhook suplex. Oh, big connection. And a Lufes press. Wearing down Rage. Rage is down and he is in trouble. Remember, this is Falls Count Anywhere, but it is also elimination style. It is the first man to... there's the last man standing that will walk out the victor in this one. And now look at this, another big DDT on the outside. Folded up into a pretzel here. Here's the first cover of the bout. And Peter Cordy having to run out of the way of Rage there. Rage not concerned if he gets eliminated. And there's only a 2 count. Oh, and a big knee. Look at this, Jace again here, trying to keep down Rage. He seems to have Rage's number right now, but Rage not going to let him have it. Boom! Big shoulder tackle and Rage, the only man standing. Look at that, the carnage that is in the way. But look at this, Jace, big knee, really doing some damage here, and Jace is on fire. You have to say he's definitely been the best one so far. Rage got off to a good start, but then as soon as Jace locked horns, hold on this. Look at this, Jaden and Jace and Rage finally going to lock horns. And look at the strength there from Jaden. Trying to find a way to suplex him, he did. And Rage is in a really bad position here. And a super kick, I see that there from Jaden. And there's a cover. Albright's in trouble, that big super kick. 1, 2. No, it's only a 2 count. Now Rage trying to fight back. Look at this, picks him up. Oh, crashing him onto the edge of the apron. And as he was crashed onto the edge of the stairs. Oh, look at this, Rage. What's he thinking? Oh, no, he comes back outside. He went back in for a minute. Oh, look at this, Jace. Trying to keep in control of the match. And look at this. Looking for a pump handle. Boom! Pump handle. Backbreaker. Although it didn't land on the back. Looking for a standing moonsault as well. Oh! Jaden showing a variety of moves here. And Aaron Albright, it might be too much for him. There's a cover. And there goes Albright. The first elimination of the match. And Jaden picks it up against Aaron Albright. And at least he did it on the ramp for him. So now he can just go straight out. And look at this. Jaden saving Jace here. Straight away targeting him. Look at this. Looking for a rack attack. Oh! And a powerbomb on the outside. Rage. He's not looking good in this one. But big counter. And look at this. Jace just... Why is he going to let him fight? Oh, no. Never mind. There's the Lufes press. First elimination there. I love how the referee had to walk Aaron Albright out of the ring there. Clearly took a huge hit with that standing moonsault. Showing a little bit of acrobatic display as well as Jaden. And now look at this, up on the shoulder of... Oh, and they're crashing in to the apron again, using their surroundings wisely here. There's another DDT. It busted open Rage, and now it's busted open Jaden. Jace really making a name for himself right now. Look at this. Oh, big counter. Oh, look at this. Oh, they kind of ran into him there. He tried to tackle him down, was unable to, and then Irish whip to the stairs. Using the environment well, these guys. It hasn't been in the ring for ages. Dodges the super kick. Oh, that spear. No, that's countered. Went for Road Rage. And that was countered as well in Jaden. Really bringing it here. And now might be looking to put another one away. There's the super kick, and Jace is in trouble. Jace was, of course, the one who called out Jaden. Oh, and another massive DDT. Jace was the one who called out Jaden. He was the one who issued the challenge. And now look at this. Jace and Rage working on Jaden. It's 2-on-1 at this point. Jaden trying to fight back, but he's quite clearly hurt. Look at the blood on him. Crashed once again into the outside. Oh, look at this. Went for Jace. Jace wasn't going to let him get the better of him. And Jace really has done a great job against Rage tonight. Rage has really struggled in this one. And Jace, majority to control pretty much through the course of it because... big neck breaker. He has been, throughout this match, dominant. And now looking for another DDT. Oh, wait, no, maybe looking for a suplex instead. Rage decided that wasn't going to happen. Picks him up again. Oh, and crashing him onto the barricade. Now Rage really needs to pick up some momentum here if he can. Scoops him up. Unable to connect again. And Jaden, oh yes, taking time to taunt despite bleeding. To be fair, Rage is bleeding too. Hard to tell through the mask. Go on, wait for the super kick. Big dodge by Jace. And now the DDT. DDT. On the outside, that's going to do the damage, but the referee might be too far away here. Can he get the cover still? 1, 2, and he's done it. 1-on-1, and look at this, straight into a spine buster. And Jaden is beaten, and Jace, you got to admit, it's proven his point. He said that he couldn't beat him if they got in the ring together, and he's just proven that he could. Look at that. There's a display of strength here from these two. Jace and Rage left in the ring. Rage has taken one hell of a beating. Jace, you gotta say, still relatively fresh. And he's just been murdering people with these DDTs. He's busted open everyone with this DDT except Albright. And of course himself. Look at it. Oh, big elbow to the back of the head. And showing the power. Tossing him into the stairs. Into the steel stairs. This has been one hell of a match. Pretty much been outside of the ring the entire time. This has been one hell of a contest. And looking for it, DDT! Already busted open. And look at this, Jace has the match here, but he needs to get up and make the cover. He needs to make the cover if he can. Oh, look at that! Road Rage! Rolled out of harm's way! Straight into Road Rage! Is he going to steal it here? 2! Rage picks up the win! Unbelievable! And he was struggling in that match. Beaten to a pulp, majority of it. There's the DDT that got Jaden bleeding. And he really struggled at it. He went for the Road Rage earlier, couldn't connect. And what a match this was. This was a spectacle to behold. So much action, and in the end, Rage picked up the victory. I think Jace thought he was in a good position here with that DDT, but it was the Road Rage that finishes it off. Rage gets a huge victory. And if he can do this under the amount of pressure he took today, we could be very well looking on future world champion. That's going to conclude another episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts and feelings on these matches. Remember, you'll always get a decent response from the comments section, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.